Okay, so to begin, this is my final project, Interviewing Skills with Special Populations, Part 2A. The assignment is to conduct a brief interview with a helping professional. The professional that I chose to interview was a judge for a Minnesota court by the name of Linda. Due to her job and the nature of her job, she's unable to film any and have any voice. However, I took a bunch of notes, which are right here in front of me, on our conversation, and I'd like to share those with you, and I hope that this will help educate. I found this to be a very diverse helping professional. And the special population that we chose to really focus on are chemically dependent individuals, as this is a predominant multicultural, diverse issue that's happening right now in the court system in the state of Minnesota. So, the first question that I chose to kind of really ask is, what brought you into this profession? What really interests you in helping? And why does the judge why would they be considered a helping professional? And really, to just sum up, a lot of what she said was, no matter what background or no matter what issue is presenting with a client in the courtroom, that there's always room to help. There's always room to push them to set some goals, move forward, and help them change their lives. With chemically dependent people, she kind of emphasized how much the court system is pushing towards treatment and other options rather than prison and jail. And in her words, the exact reason why she chose this field was to grasp a better identity of herself, to help others embrace their diversity, and to consider helping even when you can't see the purpose of helping others. A lot of what she kind of went over was that she kind of grew up in a really safe environment with a police officer as a father, with a mother who was very strict, never really saw any crime, or never really was, she never went to public schools, never was really put into situations where she would need to see these crimes, these drug addicts, these people. When she was finally put into it, it became a whole nother window for her. And she was just really excited to tell me how important it was to help these people. She doesn't see them as just people, she sees them as the same as everyone else, not just addicts. And that to me was a very interesting piece. The second question I asked her was, what is the most diverse population right now, and why do you like to work with that population? And again, that one was just the crimes that are dealing with due to drugs. They're not just drug crimes, they're also, theft, burglary, assault, sometimes a little bit more severe. And why does she like to do it? Again, it kind of boils back down to that she does care about everyone and really wants to see a change in the state happen and to push towards more helping instead of harming. So maybe some harm reduction methods. The third question that we kind of talked a little bit about was what are the three most strengths that she needs, the three strengths that she needs that she finds most beneficial in this field. And she listed those as having open-mindedness, having a heart, and communication. The thing that stuck out to me and that I put a star on is that just listening to people's stories and hearing them out for her changes everything, and she's able to change her, not always, but she said there's some room for a change in what's to happen. So one of the examples she gave me was a client came in to the courthouse with a drug crime. Before he came in, the sentence, the guideline was 1 year and a day in prison, fines, etc. And when he came in, he told his story, and it created, in a sense, in my opinion, this is what I heard her say, is a therapeutic alliance with that client, which is great because that's what we're working on in class. And she was able to really hear him out. And even though sentencing guidelines in the state of Minnesota sentence a year and a day, she was able to alter those a little bit and sentence a year and a day over his head in probation, with the conditions that he go into treatment, follow all recommendations, submit UAs, and be in the drug court system. This, to me, was a huge piece of Adlerian style. Like, creating alliance can happen in many aspects of the world, and it's not just in mental health therapy or chemical dependency therapy. It can be in the court system. It can be with lawyers, probation officers, parole, prisons, jails. And so that, to me, was a huge thing. I really got a lot out of that. The next question I kind of wanted to ask her was the 3 hardest parts about her job, and the hardest parts about really just dealing with diverse populations, and the 3 that she had put is it tests your faith. Sometimes you don't feel like you're accomplishing anything, and the 3rd one is that it's very emotionally exhausting, and sometimes you get to a point of compassion fatigue. And as a counselor, I've heard of the term compassion fatigue a lot. I know what it feels like, I know what it looks like, and that is something that I never really thought of in the judge world or with special populations, or I just didn't think of it like that, and so that was really eye-opening for me. And as far as the testing your faith, she just kind of said that it was difficult to hear these clients go through all this stuff and at times still just be so difficult to work with and not willing to do anything to change their lives, that it was something that it would test her. It wouldn't be an accomplishment for her, and so that was really difficult for me to hear. And then the 5th question that we had talked about was that if you could change anything in this field, what would it be? And the one thing that she had said about changing will be the same kind of thing that we resorted to at the beginning of this interview, and that is just being able to create that therapeutic alliance with the clients. A lot of courts and a lot of helping professionals aren't able to do that, such as like probation, parole, judges, courts. They don't take the time to do that typically, and she said that that was something that she would really like to see happen, as it changes the whole entire aspect for that client and for the judge or for the helping professional. I'm just making sure I covered everything that kind of she told me. I guess to just kind of sum up, what I had learned from her is that there is a lot of similarities between these helping professions. I learned a ton from her. I saw a lot of Adlerian style in what she was doing, which was really surprising to me, something that I would have never guessed. I was just really enthused by how much she knew about the field and how much she wanted to help change that. And I apologize she couldn't be on tape, but due to the nature of her job, it was not allowed. So if you have any further questions, maybe feel free to ask me. Otherwise, thank you.